It's the clash of two super talents of ChessBase India, Dr. Vidhi Karelia on your right and Rasika Ratnaparkhi on your left. Of course, their talents are beyond the chessboard. They do other things much better, but for now, the battle is on the chessboard. Vidhi goes for a Catalan-like setup, and Rasika brings her bishop out. The knight on c6, maybe not the best placed piece, but then again, Jobawa London is a very common place now where you have your bishop and knight here. H6, asking a question to the bishop. Vidhi chops off the knight. Double bishop is not that critical here. And e3 played, pressing the clock. Rasika being very much like, oh, you didn't press the clock. So some confusion there, but we are back on track. And there's also some talks going on there. Not so sure what this is, but it's a very serious encounter. Both of them will realize in a bit. For now, they are a little bit happy just playing each other. Knight d2 comes in. 2 minutes 26 seconds for Rasika. Now attacking the c2 pawn. Very interesting. Well, you can kick off the knight there. She pushes c4. Even a better move. There could be some ideas of pushing the pawn to c5. Some check dropping in. Too many possibilities. Meanwhile, the knight is not doing much. It can threaten, for example, bishop d3 can threaten the rook. And then rook e1, there can be a fork. So these are few... Oh, she does it. She plays bishop d3 now. Very important to play c5. Because then what would happen is you're threatening this bishop. If take here, I take here. So very complex calculations. But Vidhi finds the second best move. Even very nice. Because she's checking. And imagine if the knight has to go back, then doesn't make sense because now the rook can come out. But if you didn't do it and you played, let's say, pawn to c6, c5 would have been a very strong move. So knight c6, rook comes to d1, good move. Even stronger was rook c1, but that's fine. Right now, rook d1, she goes bishop e2. Ooh, some form of double attack, but actually the knight is well defended. So rook c1, now this is quite a decent position. Also, Vidhi is threatening take, maybe some sacrifice of an exchange on c6. 1 minute 45 seconds to Rasika. She goes bishop b4. This is not in the spirit of the position because she's attacking nothing. This knight is defended by this knight. This knight is defended by this knight. So just take here would land up in a winning position after rook takes c6, attacking the queen, and let's say the queen takes here, I win the bishop. Can Vidhi spot this tactical blow? Well, if she does, she will be winning. At the camp, we really teach you all these tactics, but actually it's just the first day. So they still have to go through all the tactical opportunities that are there, and then maybe by the last day they will be much stronger. But what Rasika has done with her move is really made Vidhi bleed on time. Like she is now down to 1 minute 50 seconds. She's thinking a lot. Rasika is a3. Maybe not in the best move, but still keeping a very solid edge. So good move there. Takes the knight. Knight takes d2. Now the bishop on e2 feels a bit weird here. Because what should it do? Like bishop c4, there's knight c4. Black castles. And pawn takes pawn. Now it's a free pawn here. So that gives a very clear edge to Vidhi. Rasika's time is also low. There's no increment, I believe. Takes. Oh, there's a 2-second increment. Okay. So that means they have time. Bishop takes d5 taken. The c6 knight is under pressure. And now what's next? Bishop takes d5. Rasika under big tension here. Her time is low. Her position is bad. She might as well just give up right now. But giving up is not an option. She goes back with her knight, attacking the bishop. The bishop can chop off the pawn. That seems like a good, juicy free pawn. Vidhi now having so many good options. She can go back here to g2. She can maybe bring her knight up. There are many good options that she can choose from. And this is the problem of plenty. She goes and takes the pawn here on b7. Now the rook must move. Rook a b8. And then try to come in here. So rook b8. And she chops off another pawn. Whoa. But here there could be some tactical possibilities. Queen b6, but then the e7 knight is hanging. So maybe it doesn't work. Or you may want to sack your exchange here and try to play on the light squares, but the knight on d2 controls the very important f3 square. Otherwise the queen and the bishop could launch a mating attack, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. She goes rook d8. But now another pawn is hanging. You can see 22 seconds for Rasika, 1 minute 17 seconds for Vidhi, plus 4 position for Vidhi here, totally winning. And we could just end off here saying the rest is a matter of technique, but not really. She goes knight e4. Ooh, just closing down the bishop's path back. Is that a good idea? Queen e6 played. And now you can jump in with your knight here on c5, attacking the queen. You can also chop off this pawn. Why not? Why not? My only worry is that if the knight goes too far off, and if queen h3, bishop f3 comes in, it might lead to a mating attack. So Vidhi now being asked certain questions by Rasika, and this is exactly what happens when two players play against each other who are good in strength. They keep posing questions to each other. Queen c2, Vidhi blunders, and this is a big mistake. You know why? Because rook takes b7, rook takes b7, bishop f3 is a winning idea, but she plays bishop f3 first. The only problem of this move is knight c5 attacks the queen, and then the bishop is hanging. Can Vidhi spot it? Ooh, her hand is going towards the knight. It's been tremendous pressure that has been put. You can also go knight g5, attacking the queen and chopping off the bishop. Everything is great. Knight c5 found. She goes queen f6. But now, this is all good. She can take on f3. Yes, 5 seconds left for Vidhi. Ooh, queen takes. Look at Rasika's fighting spirit. She wants to win at all costs. Takes on e7. Now she's piece up. Rook c8. But only 3 seconds left. Queen a4 played. Time is very important here. Oh my goodness. She drops a piece. Queen takes a7. 3 seconds left. She played that move with 1 second on the clock. Can Vidhi do it? She has an amazing position. Now 4 seconds. She's doing it brilliantly. Queen g5 defending the pawn. Knight comes back. And she goes queen g6. 4. Move the knight. Knight d6. Oh, confusion. Loses on time. Loses on time. Rasika scores a win there. What an amazing battle between these two as they end with a nice smile and a laugh there.